Hey guys, this is Windows Q&A. If you didn't already know, most of you probably know me because of this. 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 These that I've created. These that I've contributed to. And every single one of these mashups. Today's different, however, as this is an announcements, mini Q&A, and updates video all in one. I wanted to make this for all the new subscribers on my channel, kinda as an introduction to me and what the future of my channel holds. I won't make a super long intro as most of you are sick of people doing that, so let's just get started then. I'll be starting with the Q&A bit first, as that's probably what most of you are here for. So first up, we have one from Ezreal Hyper, and they ask, do you consider mashupping a job? Personally, I find it to be more of a hobby than anything. I don't think that mashupping is a thing required to take part in a job as a musician, but it can be. Angel MCA98 asks, why did you start making mashups? I don't fully remember why I got into mashupping, probably because of how fascinated it was to me at the time. I will say one thing that pushed me to make mashups. I found this mashup artist named Ultra Ninja that will be linked in the description, and please subscribe to them if you haven't already. Anyways, at the time, I saw he took mashup requests. So I made one for him because I was in disbelief at the time for seeing someone like him taking actual mashup requests. Today, that mashup is catastrophic, and he has made a VIP of that mashup too. Sometime later, I requested another one to him, that being Eye of the Storm, which is likely the thing that inspired me to make mashups. We talk quite frequently on Discord, with our topics ranging from mashup talk to absolute chaos at times. Again, please subscribe to him if you haven't already. He is my inspiration for making mashups. Sublime54 asks, will there be more everywhere at the end of time stuff than mashups total in the future? I genuinely hope not. I want there to be a balance between mashups and caretaker stuff, so people don't beg me to release another mix or caretaker track because I've been posting one more than the other. It just makes sense to me, you know? Beatcraft asks, what country besides your home country would you like to live in? I don't know actually. There's a lot of places I would like to visit outside the US, but probably the four that I want to visit the most are Germany, Japan, Australia, and the United Kingdom. Heckingley Bork asks, who or what inspired you to do YouTube? This was actually a long time ago, I believe in 2016. One of my friends suggested it to me while we were walking on the trek. We were discussing something about video lengths. I don't fully remember the details, but he did suggest the idea of me starting my own channel, which I did. It would later be terminated by my school a few years later. That's what I think happened anyways. The name of this older channel of mine was Alpha Dynamics 360. There are very few remnants of this name still on the internet, with most of them probably not having to do with me. It could also be because I have 53 subs at the time before the channel's termination. Side note, I want to thank you guys for 200 subscribers. I was not expecting my channel to receive a growth spurt like this, and I can't thank you guys enough. The 200 subs special mix I made won't release this week, hopefully, as well. Back to the Q&A. Archaic Falcon asks, what would be your other aspirations besides being a mashup and music artist? Definitely an artist, the drawing kind. Drawing random stuff has been a hobby of mine for years, especially creating comics. My hope is that I'll be able to draw or paint some neat abstract stuffies like Ivan Seal does. He's the same guy that painted the covers for Everywhere at the End of Time. Ethan Mashups asks, do you fully identify with your character or name? I don't fully understand what you're asking, but if I had to come up with the best assumption, it's probably, do you fully go by your character's name, that being Windows God 2, or your real name? It really depends who's talking to me. Online, on the internet, it's Windows God 2 or some other alias I came up for myself. In person, I go by my real name, which I won't reveal just yet. Hopefully this is the answer you were looking for. Lastly, DJ Orange asks, how were you first introduced to the caretaker? I'm in this group chat of Mashuppers on Discord where we discuss pretty much anything we want, and on August 7th, 2020, one of the members of the chat asked us if we listened to Everywhere at the End of Time. We said no. This eventually led to a conversation regarding how dementia and Alzheimer's eats away the mind, but the first time I gave Everywhere at the End of Time a listen was a week later on August 14th, and that is why my channel is now mixed with mashups and caretaker stuff. I guess I'll throw in this question that several people ask me: how I managed to cram 365 songs into a mega mix shorter than 1 hour. It's definitely something difficult to wrap your head around, but it's a lot easier than you might think, for the most part anyways. Basically what I did was there would be a few bass tracks for a section in the mega mix, and there would be other tracks that would play on top of it, switching out typically every 2 to 4 bars. I did this because I didn't want a super long mix like Global Digitality 2 Remastered, since most people wouldn't want to sit through several hours of songs they aren't familiar with. Another reason why is to prevent the upload from getting copyrighted, as there's a lot of songs in it that are prone to getting copyrighted, such as Heartache, Seven Nation Army, Once Again, Page Avenue, Rattlesnake for some reason, and several others that I don't feel like listing off. In a nutshell, I switch out songs very fast to prevent getting copyrighted. I hope this resolved any confusion you guys might have had. I guess that's it for the Q&A bit. On to stuff like announcements and neat stuffies like that. This is the segment where I go over announcements, so let's just get into it, I guess. New mashups will be releasing this week. Those being my 200 sub special, sequel to an already existing mashup called The Mind, and hopefully a few others. As for caretaker releases, there will be 2, both focusing around Sound of Insanity. The people in the Caretaker Fan Project's Discord server likely know what it'll be, but for the time being, it remains a secret on YouTube. Ever since I first reached 100 subscribers, I've been working on a Google Drive folder that includes a bunch of neat stuffies from me, such as thumbnail assets, all my mashups I've done on this channel, and all my produced tracks I've done, including the Caretaker ones. I'll hopefully be finished working on it later this week, so stay tuned for that. That basically covers everything I want to say for this video. I won't make a disgustingly long outro telling you guys to like, comment, and subscribe, but it would be much appreciated if you did, but I won't force anyone to. For future Q&A videos, tell me your question in the comments of this video, and if your comment gets hearted, then it'll be in the next Q&A video. See you guys then.